Cyprien again, and this is the tutorial number 4 of the series to teach you about very simple things in C language, so from 0. And in this video we'll talk about several things: the if condition, and also how to test for different kind of conditions, and I'll show you also how to scan for a variable, which means how do you input a variable into the terminal. So those are two important things to do. So let's start with my previous tutorial, and just let's save it as something else. So let's call this new file if program.c. Okay, so I changed the name. Let's delete what's inside here. I will not need the math here, so I'll just delete that. Let's start with something very simple. Let's say that you want to make a program that asks your age and then prints it out. So let's start with that. So first, declare a variable which is an integer called age. Then we want to give an instruction to the viewer, telling him, well, what is your age, asking him a question. So print f, what's your age, right, point comma. And now we want the user to actually input something inside the command line to tell us what is his age, and this will be assigned to the age integer. So for that there is another function called scanf. It's quite similar to printf, but this time it's to the user to input what you want. So what you have to put into the brackets here is the same thing, %d for the integer. And in the second part there is a small difference. You need to add a small @ sign like that, @age. And why is that? Because you're not giving a variable here, you're actually saving the input of the user into a certain address of the variable. So what adding the @ here means basically that you are taking the address of this integer. So it's kind of a bit more advanced concept, so I will not describe it too much. I'll probably talk about it in the next videos. For the moment, just understand that you need to add a small @ before the age. Very easy, right? Okay, so now let's try if it works, and for that let's print out whatever the user inputted. So printf, well, %d, right? %d, and well, my age, let's write, oh, so your age is, and that, and then age. Okay, now let's see if this program works. So gcc if program.c -o for the output name of my program, if program. Okay, now if program.exe to launch it. Okay, and here there's something slightly strange. I would expect to have what's your age printed. Instead of that, it starts to wait for an instruction right away when I launch the program. Let's input 12 to see what happens. Enter. Okay, so now the program kind of works, but the instruction printf and the scanf have been inversed. So this will not always happen in every kind of systems, but if this happens to you, well, you should know that this happens because of the buffer capability of your interpreter. So to disable the buffer, so we could add this instruction, set buff std out standard output null. Okay, if you add this instruction at the beginning, it will simply say that it will disable the buffer kind of functions. Sometimes this buffer is useful to do for special applications. In this case, well, it's just not what I want, so I will simply deactivate it. Okay, let's try if it works. Okay, I forgot the point comma at the end. Compile it again. Let's run. Okay, now it prompts what's your age. So let's say I'm 32 right now. Oh, so your age is 32. So it works. I'm able to scan a variable from the user and then get it out. Okay, now let's talk about how to use a condition. For example, in function of my age, I want to do something specific. So let's say I scan for the age, and in function of if my age is inferior to 18, let's say if age is inferior to 18, then I will do something. And if it's not the case, I'll do something else. So there is an else condition here. So if my age is inferior to 18, printf, okay, let's put 21, right? 21 for the US person looking at us, looking at me. Printf, you can't drink alcohol, pal. Okay. Now printf you're fine to go. Just an example, right? It's not really important what you write into the text, just to show you how this function works. And I'll just delete this. Okay, let's see if that works. Let's compile again my program. Let's run again. Now if I enter age like 18, for example, so it gives me the phrase, sorry, can drink alcohol, pal. If I am, let's 22, you're fine to go. So it works. Now you should know that sometimes you want to have additional instructions, like not only if something you have, for example, do something else if its age is between 22 and 30, for example. So else if, and so you can have several conditions, several else if like that, followed by a simple else at the end. So in this case, oh yeah, I need to give it a condition again, right? If age is I don't know, superior to 80, print f a bit too old, sorry. Right, let's see if that works. What's your age? 90, a bit too old. Okay, it works. So now we know how to input the if, else if conditions. Now just last word, you have not only superior, inferior. If you want to age to be absolutely equal to a certain value, you need to add two equals, not one, two. because it's a comparison. So very important to know that 2 equals. If you want to have not equal to something, you need to add like that an exclamation mark and an equal. So this will be if your age is different than 21. You can combine several conditions. So for example, and something else. So for that you use two vertical dashes like that. So age is different of 21 and it's inferior to 18, for example. This will be an and. No, sorry, this is an or condition. Or the end is like that. This is the end. And age. This is or. So you can combine different kind of condition in different ways like that. Okay, so now that we saw how to do the if conditions, in the next tutorial I'll show you how to actually write into a file some instructions. So that is very useful for kind of mathematical type of applications, if you want to do simple script and things like that. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, give it a like, and see you in the next video.